An employee benefit plan is a promise made by an employer to their employees. This can come in many ways. Every situation is unique, and so should your benefits plan. Your company dynamics, demographics, and situation will reflect which solution is best for you. Why benefits matter more than ever. When we think about benefits, it's easy to see them as just another line item, something we have to offer to stay competitive. But the truth is, benefits are so much more than perks. They're a reflection of how we value our people. They're an investment in loyalty, in productivity, and in the long-term health of both our teams and our businesses. Today's workforce is different. People are looking for flexibility, for wellness support, and for a sense of purpose in where they work. They want to feel that their employer truly understands them, not just as employees, but as whole people. And when companies adapt to meet those evolving needs, they don't just retain talent, they attract it. They build a reputation for being a great place to work. That's why rethinking how we design and communicate benefits is such a powerful opportunity right now. Meet Stacey Arson. I've spent over 20 years in the financial services industry, helping businesses design benefit plans that make sense for their people and their budgets. But before that, I actually grew up in small business. My family ran one, and that's where I learnt the value of service, of relationships, and of showing up for people. Small business is really at my core. I know firsthand how much heart and hard work go into keeping a business running, and how important it is to have the right supports in place. That's why I founded Benefits Redesigned Canada, to give small business owners the tools and strategies to take care of their teams without the complexity or the high costs of traditional plans. My goal has always been simple: to help small businesses thrive by building benefit solutions that truly fit, because when people feel supported, companies soar. The challenge with traditional benefits. For years, traditional benefit plans followed a one-size-fits-all model, and that worked when workforces looked more alike. But today's employees have different needs, lifestyles, and family situations. What's valuable to one person, say extended dental coverage, might mean nothing to someone who really needs help with mental health or childcare support. On top of that, the cost of group insurance continues to rise, putting pressure on small businesses. And the administrative side, it can be confusing and time-consuming, especially for owners who don't have a full HR team. Then there's the employee side. Many people don't fully understand their plans. They don't see the value in what's being offered, so they underuse the benefits or feel disconnected from them. The end result is disengagement and wasted resources. Employers spend money on plans that don't resonate, and employees don't feel supported the way they should. That's why it's time to rethink what benefits can and should do for both sides. Redefining benefits for the modern workforce. So, if traditional benefits aren't hitting the mark anymore, what do we do instead? It starts with a shift in mindset, from seeing benefits as an expense to seeing them as a strategic investment. When we invest in our people, we're investing in our business growth, our reputation, and our ability to attract the right team. The next step is focusing on the employee experience, making benefits flexible enough to fit different lifestyles and clear enough that people actually understand and use them. Because let's be honest, a benefit plan doesn't help anyone if no one knows what's in it or how it works. And finally, we need to start using benefits as a retention and engagement tool, not just something to check off a compliance list. The right plan can help build trust, show appreciation, and create a culture where people want to stay. When we design benefits with people in mind, we're not just improving plans, we're shaping better workplaces. Health spending accounts, HSA. Now that we've talked about rethinking benefits, let's look at one of the smartest, most flexible solutions available to Canadian business owners: the Health Spending Account, or HSA. An HSA is a CRA-approved plan that lets businesses pay for employee health and dental expenses through the company. The big advantage is that it's 100% tax-deductible for the employer and tax-free for the employee. So instead of paying premiums to an insurer every month, you're putting money directly toward actual health expenses and keeping control over how those funds are used. Here's how it works. 1. The company sets an allowance, basically the maximum amount each employee can claim for the year. 2. When an employee pays for an eligible expense, like dental work or a new pair of glasses, they simply submit their receipt online. 3. The HSA provider invoices the employer and the employee gets reimbursed, tax-free. It's that simple. There are no premiums, no co-pays, and no complicated claim negotiations. And the key benefits? It's cost-effective, totally flexible, easy to administer online, and most importantly, employees actually understand and appreciate it. For small businesses, HSAs strike that perfect balance between supporting your team and managing costs responsibly. They give both sides, employers and employees, more control and more value. So now that you know how a health spending account works, let's take a look at how it compares to traditional health insurance. Traditional plans, the kind many of us are familiar with, come with set coverage limits decided by the employer. There's a fixed monthly premium, whether employees use the plan or not, and that cost tends to rise every year depending on utilization and inflation. On the other hand, a health spending account gives control back to the business and the employee. The employer sets the yearly limit, and the employee decides how to use it, whether it's dental, vision, physiotherapy, or other CRA-approved medical expenses. There's no one-size-fits-all restriction. With insurance, you're often paying for coverage employees might never use. It's predictable for the insurer, but not always cost-effective for you. With an HSA, you only pay for actual claims, so every dollar goes directly toward real health needs. HSAs are also simple to manage. Employees just pay, upload their receipt and get reimbursed. The flexibility, transparency and tax advantages make HSAs an incredible option, especially for small businesses that want to offer meaningful benefits without the cost or complexity of traditional insurance. A con to a HSA is the amount of coverage an employee could utilize if they have a family. It may be a better option to those employees with a family. Let's look at a real example of how a health spending account can make a difference, both financially and for employee retention. This is George, a contractor who runs a small construction company with 2 site managers. George's spouse already has a traditional benefits plan through her employer that covers about 80% of their family's health and dental expenses. But that plan also has maximums on dental and drug coverage. Like many families, George was paying the remaining 20%, and anything over those limits, out of after-tax dollars. Instead, he decided to set up a health spending account through his business. Here's what he did. He estimated what wasn't covered by his spouse's plan, things like orthodontics for their kids, and that extra 20% gap, and set that as his annual HSA limit. He also wanted to reward and retain his 2 key employees, so he offered each of them a $1,500 annual HSA, along with travel insurance and catastrophic drug coverage for extra protection. Now, instead of using after-tax personal money, every dollar George contributes is a tax-deductible business expense, and for his employees, it's a tax-free benefit. The result? George saves on taxes. His employees feel valued and supported, and he's built a benefit structure that truly fits his small business. No wasted premiums, no complexity, just practical, flexible support. It's a great example of how small business owners can use an HSA to create real value for themselves and their team. Culture that retains talent. When it comes to keeping great people, culture is everything, and benefits play a big role in shaping that culture. First, benefits reflect your company's values. When employees see that their plan includes things like wellness support, family coverage, or flexibility, it communicates trust, care, and transparency. It shows that you're not just checking a box, you genuinely value your people. Next, think about how your benefits support mental health, family care, and flexible work. These are the areas that matter most to employees today. When people can take care of themselves and their families without stress, they bring their best energy back to the business. Personalized benefits, like health spending accounts, also build belonging. They give employees choice and control, which helps everyone feel included, no matter their age, lifestyle, or family situation. And finally, HSAs reinforce a powerful message. We invest in people. That's the kind of message that builds loyalty and pride in the workplace. It tells your team that they matter, and that's what makes them want to stay. We've covered a lot today, from how traditional benefits are evolving to how health spending accounts can simplify and strengthen your approach to employee care. I want to leave you with a few key takeaways that really capture what we've discussed. First, design smart, sustainable benefits. Benefits shouldn't be a burden or an afterthought. They should be a tool that supports your business strategy, helping your team and your bottom line grow together. Second, consider health spending accounts. HSAs are a modern, flexible, and tax-efficient way to provide real value to your employees. They simplify administration, reduce costs, and let you control how much you spend, while still offering amazing flexibility to your team. Third, personalization matters. Every team is different, and every employee's needs are unique. When you give people choice, whether through an HSA or a customized plan, you make them feel understood and valued. That builds loyalty and engagement. And finally, put people first. The businesses that lead with care, empathy, and support are the ones that attract and keep great people. At the end of the day, benefits are more than numbers on a spreadsheet. They're about people, relationships, and culture. When you invest in your people, you're investing in your success. Thank you all so much for spending this time with me today. My hope is that you walk away with a fresh perspective, that benefits aren't just a cost of doing business, they're a powerful tool for growth, engagement, and culture. Whether you're a small business owner, a manager, or part of a leadership team, you have the opportunity to design benefits that truly work for your business and for your people. At Benefits Redesigned, that's exactly what I help businesses do. We take something that can feel complicated and make it simple, sustainable, and impactful. If today's conversation sparked some ideas, I'd love to connect. You can reach me directly at stacy@benefitsredesigned.ca or scan the QR code on the slide to book a free consultation. Let's redefine what benefits can be, not just a policy, but a promise to your people. Thank you again for joining me, and I wish you continued success as you build workplaces where both businesses and employees can thrive.